Hello students, welcome to Motion in a Straight Line, lecture number 2. In the previous class, we were discussing about mechanics, branches of mechanics, rest, motion along with the point object. Now let us start the one more concept. It is very important for physics. That concept is nothing but frame of reference. Frame of reference. Frame of reference. In order to understand the position, velocity, acceleration, momentum, we acquire the knowledge of the frame of reference here. Students, we know that for a different observer, the person can move with a different speed or different acceleration. Right? For example, shall I take an example? Consider a person sitting inside the train. Right? For the person, the train is at rest position. For the person, train is at the rest position. Let us take the train is moving. Right? When train is moving, as concerned to the person who is sitting inside the train, the velocity of the train is 0 with respect to the person. But if the person standing outside the platform, for that person, the train is moving with a certain velocity. Moving with a certain velocity. You can take one more example. Right? Consider a person standing beside the road and a bus is moving. Consider inside the bus, so many persons are sitting. If we compare the all persons, the velocity of the bus inside the person is 0 with respect to all the person. But the man who is sitting outside the road, beside the road, for that person, the bus is moving with a certain velocity. I mean, to describe the position, velocity, acceleration, we need a fixed point. We need a fixed place. Fixed point or fixed place. The fixed point or fixed place that we are calling frame of reference. Frame of a reference. Here, what is the frame of reference? Students, I will give an example. What is the frame of reference? See here. Let us take he is the person standing beside the platform and it is the train. The train is moving. The train is moving. Right? From the person, you can measure the position of the train, velocity of the train, acceleration of the train. Person is a fixed point. Person is a fixed point. From this fixed point, we can measure position, velocity, acceleration and momentum of the train. This is a fixed point. We can call it a frame of reference. Right? What is frame of reference? Frame of reference is a fixed point or place from which we can measure position, velocity, acceleration, momentum, etc. of the another body. Right? What to call the frame of reference? Frame of reference is a fixed point. It is a fixed point. It is a fixed point or place. The fixed point or place, the fixed point or place from which the position, velocity, acceleration, etc. of another body can be measured. Of another body, of another object, another body or object measure, right? Let us take an example. So to say, it is a fixed point or place from which the position, velocity, acceleration, momentum, impulse of another body can be measured, right? I will take one more example. Consider a person standing beside the road. A vehicle is coming, right? As soon as the vehicle passes from the person is a fixed point. From that person we can measure position, velocity, acceleration, momentum of that bus can be measured or vehicle can be measured. Simply, frame of reference is a fixed point. From that point we can measure physical quantity of another body. Physical quantity whatever it may be. So you can measure the time, you can measure the distance, you can measure the displacement, you can measure the speed, you can measure the velocity, acceleration, momentum, etc. Right? Remember students, one point is there. For different person, the frame of reference may be fixed or frame of reference may be in motion. For example, consider a person standing inside the bus and the bus is moving with a uniform velocity. Right? For that person, the bus is a fixed point. From that fixed point, you can measure the velocity, acceleration and momentum of the moving trees outside the road. Right? I mean, from any one fixed point, we can measure any physical quantity of another body. That we are calling frame of reference. See here, the frame of reference may be inertial frame of reference and non-inertial frame of reference. Let us take what is inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference. What is meaning of this? Frame of reference, what I am saying again and again, frame of reference is a fixed point. From that point we can measure velocity, acceleration on any physical quantity of another. Inertial frame, the frame of reference either at rest or moves with a constant velocity. The frame of reference either it is rest or moves with a constant velocity. That we are calling frame of reference. The frame of reference. The frame of reference. Frame of reference. Either at rest or moves with constant velocity. Moves with constant velocity. This we are calling inertial frame of reference. ಯಾವ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಫ್ ಎ ಬಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, it is a fixed point. That fixed point moves with a constant velocity. It is the inertial frame of reference. Right? Now let us take, you are sitting inside the bus. Bus is moving, but outside the trees are there. Trees at rest position. Right? When trees at rest position, that is a inertial frame of reference. See here, in the inertial frame of reference, the Newton's laws of motions are valid. I mean, Newton's laws of motions are obeyed. What are the Newton's laws of motion? Newton first law of motion, second law of motion, third law of motion. Right? We'll see in the next chapter, laws of motion. Simply remember, in the inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws of motions are valid. In inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws of motion Newton's laws of motion are obeyed. Right? After this, you can take non-inertial frame of reference. Non-inertial frame of reference. Non-inertial frame of reference. Non-inertial frame of reference. This meaning is any frame of reference is accelerated. Accelerated means the frame of reference moves with a different velocity. Are you following me? The frame of reference which is accelerated, that frame of reference we can call non-inertial frame of reference. Simply what this is? The frame of reference, the accelerated frame of reference. The accelerated frame of reference. Accelerated frame of reference. Accelerated frame of reference is called as non-inertial frame of reference. Non-inertial frame of reference. I mean any frame of reference which is moving with different velocity. For example, a car is moving like this. Are you following me how the car is moving? Let us take it is the car. How this car is moving? This car is moving like this. I mean the car or vehicle or any frame of reference must be moved with a different velocity at every point. That we are calling non-inertial frame of reference. You can take rotating frame of reference. If a body moving in circular path, that is a rotating frame of reference. The rotating frame of reference is a non-inertial frame of reference. And in the non-inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws of motions are not valid. In inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws of motions are valid. In non-inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws of motions are not valid. Because at every point, the velocity acceleration must be changes. So it is very difficult to find every physical quantity, and Newton's laws of motions are not valid here. So what you got regarding frame of reference, inertial frame of reference and non-inertial frame of reference. After this, let us take one more concept. After this, let us take one more physical quantities that we are calling distance, displacement, distance and displacement. ದೂರ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟವನ್ನು ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Distance and displacement. Now let us take concept of displacement first. Distance. Distance is the actual path traveled by an object. Distance is actual path traveled by an object, that we are calling distance. For example, shall I take the definition? Distance is what? The actual path, actual path traveled distance is the actual path traveled by an object, by an object. For example, shall I take actual path traveled by an object, that you are calling distance. Shall I take here? Consider it is a point A. Point A. From point A, consider an object moves from point A to some other point. Shall I take like this? Point object travels from A to point B. How much path is traveled? Let us take. This is the path that traveled by object. From A to B is nothing but actual path traveled by object. Actual path traveled by object. This is the actual path traveled by object. How much distance here? Distance equal to 10 meter. You can take one more example like this. Again, this is the position A, right? The position A is there. From this position A, the object can be traveled may like this. It may be traveled like this. Right? What is the point? B point. When object moves from point A to point B, how much path may be traveled? So consider path may be traveled how much? It may be 1000 meter. It may be 1000 meter. 1000 meter actual path traveled by an object. This we are calling distance. Right. One more example I will take. Consider it is a point A. From point A, object moves from point A to how much? The object may be travels from point A to point B. Point A to point B. Again it moves from point B to how much? Point C. Right? This is maybe how much? This may be 5 meter. BC may be 5 meter. How much? AB may be 6 meter. What is the actual path? Actual path equal to AB plus BC. Actual path equal to AB plus BC. Then what is the distance here? Distance can be represented by x value or s value. How much? That is L1 meter. Right? Is the actual path traveled by an object. Right? You can take one more example. Consider a particle moving circular path. How this is? Let us take it is a particle. That particle moving circular path. By what radius? R radius. This is the position A. When particle completes one circle, for one circle, what is the distance? For one circle, the distance is a 2 pi r, that we are calling circumference. So here, how much distance is available? Distance equal to how much? 2 pi r. What is 2 pi r? 2 pi r is actual path traveled by object. Right? Remember students, the distance traveled by an object, it never be negative. Always the distance traveled by an object is positive. Because this value is positive, this value is positive, this also positive and this also positive. Right? I mean, the distance traveled by an object is a positive. And remember, the distance is nothing but actual path. Actual path traveled by an object, that we are calling distance, and the distance is a scalar quantity. See here first what I take? The distance is always positive. Distance is always positive. Always positive. And one more point is that the distance is a scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. What is scalar quantity here? Scalar quantity means any physical quantity only having magnitude but not having particular direction. What I am going to say? Any physical quantity which only having magnitude but not having particular direction. That we are calling physical quantity. What is magnitude here? When particle travels from A to B, 10 meter is nothing but magnitude. 10 meter is nothing but magnitude. Here direction is there. But in this case, when particle going from this point to this point like this, in different path, what is the magnitude of the distance? Magnitude of the distance is 1000 meter. Does in this case the particle moves in a definite direction? In this case, particle does not move in a definite direction. Here, particle moves in a different manner. In this case, there is a magnitude, but no particular direction. In this case also, in this case, particle moves like this. Magnitude how much? 11 meter, but not having particular direction. Here also, when particle moves in circular path, at every point the direction changes. At every point, direction changes. Direction changes at every point. So, the distance travelled by an object is a scalar quantity. Scalar means the physical quantity only having magnitude, not having particular direction. Then let us write few points about the distance. Few points about the distance. See here, shall I write? Right? What you can take? Let us take first of all SI unit of the distance. See here, in SI unit of the distance measured. SI unit of distance. SI unit of distance is nothing but meter. What you are calling? Meter. CGS unit of the distance. CGS unit of the distance is nothing but centimeter. If larger distance are there, larger distance also measured in terms of kilometers. I mean, from different terms we can measure the distance in terms of kilometer also. Then how to write the dimensional formula? Dimensional formula of the distance. Dimensional formula, you can write L, distance is measured in length, right? Or you can write like this also. Dimensional formula how much? Like this also correct? Because n is to 0 is 1, right? CGS unit is nothing but centimeter, SI unit is nothing but meter. Then what you can call? Another point dividing the distance. Distance is always positive. Distance always positive. Always positive. Distance never be negative. Right? We can take one more point. Distance is a scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity. Is a scalar quantity. Right? These are what? Few points regarding the distance. Under ದೂರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರಮಿಸಿದಾಕತ್ತ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಕ್ರಮಿಸ್ತದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Right? After this, one more physical term is that displacement. Let us take about the displacement. Right? See here. Now this displacement ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡ ಒಳಗೆ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points. Displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points. Or displacement is the difference between final position and initial position of an object. That we are calling displacement. How this is? The shortest distance between 2 points. Shortest distance between 2 points. Shortest distance between 2 points. 2 points are the difference between final and initial position of an object. To understand the displacement, what I will take students? See here, I will take a point. This is the point, A point we are calling, right? Or O point you can call. See here, I will take a reference point. This is the O point I will take. From this O point, this is the positive x-axis. Right? Then what you can call? This is the negative x-axis. Are you following me? O is the origin. Origin means from that point you can measure the distance or displacement of the body. Along the positive x-axis, shall I take? Along the positive x-axis, all distance are measured to be positive. Along with the negative x-axis, all the distance are taken to be negative. Right? Shall I take? From this distance, I will take 50 meter. Here 100 meter I will take. 150 meter I will take. Right? 200 meter I will take. Distance is measured in terms of meter. Along negative x-axis, shall I take? Minus 50 meter. Here what I will take? Minus 100 meter. How much I will take? 150 meter. How much I will take? 200 meter. Like this it goes on. Right? Shall I call? This is point A. This is point B. This is C. This is a D. Right? What I can call? This is P. This is Q. This is R. What about this? S, R. To understand the displacement, what to do? Consider, actually, what is the definition of displacement? Displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points or difference between final position and initial position of a body or object. Consider in this case, consider the particle moves from A to D. Right? But where? The particle moves from A to D. In this case, what is the initial position? A is the initial position. What is D? D is the final position. Right or wrong? What is the displacement? Difference between final position and initial position. Shall I take? Displacement equal to what? Displacement equal to D minus A. How much displacement is available here? Final position. For the final position, actually, final position minus of how much? Initial position. This we are calling displacement. Are you following? What is the final position? Final position equal to 200. Initial position, how much? Initial position, how much? Initial position, that is 50. Right? Then what is the displacement here? Displacement S equal to how much? S equal to 150 meter. S equal to 150 meter. This we are calling displacement. One more example shall I take from the same target here. Now I will take, consider the object moves from A to D. Object moves from A to D. Again, the object moves from D to Q. D to Q. Are you following? What I am going to say? How to take the object? How the object is moving? Object moves from A to D. Again, the object moves from D to Q. Are you following? What is A? A is nothing but initial position. What is D? What is Q? Q is nothing but final position. Because how the object moves? Object moves from A to D. Again the object moves from D to Q. In this case, A is the initial position, Q is the final position. You know that. What is the displacement? Displacement is equal to final position. Final position minus of initial position. Right? Shall I take S equal to? What is the final position? Minus 100. Final position is minus 100. Right? What is the initial position minus? Initial position how much? A. A is how much? 50. Right? Then what is the displacement? Displacement is 150 meter. Displacement is 150 meter. Are you following me? Then what you got? Displacement may be positive. Displacement may be negative. Displacement may be negative. Remember this point. One more example I will take. Example is in the same diagram. Consider the object moves from A to D, again from back to D to A. How the object moves? Object moves from A to D, again from object comes from D to A. How it is moving? A to D, again backs to D to A. A is the initial position, B is again A is the final position. What is the displacement here? Displacement is equal to final position minus of initial position. What is final position? 50. Final position is 50. Initial position also 50. Then what is the displacement? Displacement is 0. When displacement is 0? Displacement is 0 when particle goes from one point and returns to the same point. Then the displacement is 0. Right? So what you got from this? Displacement may be positive, displacement may be negative, displacement may be 0. But students, again let us take how to calculate the displacement of a particle for different situation. That we will see. For different situation. Right? Shall I take? Displacement of the body for different situation. When different example for displacement, then only we will confirm. Right? Shall I see examples for displacement directly? Then only we will confirm the concept of displacement. Right? Displacement. Shall I take the concept of displacement once again? Consider, students, a particle moves on different path. How this is? See here. Let us take this the A position. The particle moves from A to B. Particle moves from A to B. How much a distance? Distance may be 100 meter. Here, what is the distance here? Shall I take the distance? I will take x value. Distance equal to how much? 100 meter. Right. Here, what is the initial position? Initial position is 0. What is the final position? Final position is 100 meter. Right? Here, what is the displacement? Displacement is difference between final position and initial position. Displacement, what I will take? S value. Right? Here, B is the final position. Final position minus of initial position. Displacement. Right? Shall I take that? S equal to final position is 100, initial position is 0. Displacement how much? That is 100 meter. In this case, what you observed? We observed that if an object moves in a straight line, If a object moves in a straight line, distance is equal to displacement. Because what is the distance? 100 meter. What is the displacement? That also 100 meter. If a particle moves in straight line or rectilinear motion or one dimensional motion, distance must be equal to displacement. Right? But let us take one more example. If a particle moves in different paths, students, how to take? Shall I take one more example? Consider this is one particle. A point is the particle comes from A to B. Again, particle comes from B to C. Right? Shall I take? It is 4 meter. What about this? This is 3 meter. How the particle goes? The particle goes from A to B, again from B to C. Right? Here, what is the displacement? First, what is the distance here? Distance is AB plus BC. Distance equal to AB plus BC. Are you following? Then how to take? Distance 4 plus 3, how much? That is 7 meter. Right or wrong? Then how to calculate the displacement here? How to calculate displacement? What is the initial position? This is the initial position. What about this? This is the final position. So shall I take? This is the displacement. What are you calling? This value we are calling displacement. S value. Difference between final and initial position. Are you following? What I have to do actually? It is the initial position. This is the final position. If we join this line, this becomes what? Joining from initial position to final position. According to Pythagoras theorem, how to calculate? According to Pythagoras theorem, displacement S square equal to how much? S square is equal to AB square plus how much? BC square. Are you following? Then again, S square, AB square, how much? 16. 4 square 16. P square, how much? 9. Then S is equal to under root of how much? Under root of 25. What is under root of 25? That is 5. Right? What is the displacement? Displacement S is equal to 5 meter. Distance equal to 7 meter. From this what he got? He got that when a particle not moving in straight line path, always the displacement is less than distance. In this case, distance is 7 meter, displacement is 5 meter. ಈ ಕೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಂದ್ರಿ ಕ್ರಮೇಶದ ದೂರ ಎಷ್ಟದ 7 ಮೀಟರ್ ಅದ, ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಎಷ್ಟದ 5 ಮೀಟರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಕ್ರಮೇಶದ ದೂರಕ್ಕಿಂತನೂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Right? It is one example. Now consider a particle moving circular path. Moving circular path. Shall I take? Now consider this is a particle. This particle moving circular path. Right. This circle can be divided into 4 parts. Circle can be divided into 4 parts. Right. This is the point A. This point we are calling B. This is C. This what we are calling D. By what radius? R radius. R radius. Same radius. Right. Now consider the particle moves from A to B. A to B. Here, what is the distance? What is the displacement? How the particle travels? The particle travels 1/4 of the circle. This is 1/4 of the circle. This is a half circle. This is 3/4, and this is the complete circle. Are you following? First of all, distance for one complete circle. How the particle travels? Particle travels from A to B. Here, what is the distance? Distance equal to total circle is how much? 2 pi r. R is the radius of the circle. But how the particle travels? Particle travels from A to B. How much? It is 1/4 only. This is 1/4 only. Are you following me? Then what we got the distance here? Distance equal to how much? Phi r by 2. Distance equal to phi r by 2. Right. Then how to calculate the displacement? Actually, what is 2 phi r? Distance per total circle. By 4 means it only travels 1/4 of the circle. Right. How to calculate the displacement? Shall I take it separately? A to B. How the A to B looks like? Like this. This is right around 1/4 of the circle. This is point O. This is point A. What about this? This is the point B. Right around. This is the initial position. This is the final position. How much radius is the R is the radius? This is the initial position. This will be the final position. Then shall I take the line joining? Right. What is the line joining? Shall I take the displacement is S value? According to Pythagoras theorem, how to calculate the displacement? Shall I take Pythagoras theorem in S square equal to R square plus R square. R square plus R square, how much? 2R square. S square is equal to 2R square. Or what is S? S equal to root 2 into R. Root 2 into R. I mean, for 1/4 circle, distance equal to phi r by 2, displacement equal to root 2 into r. But same particle, if it travel for half circle, actually what this is quarter circle only. Right? For half circle, shall we see? Look at me here. Shall we see here? How this is? Again, let us take a particle. This particle moves in circular path. Right? This can be divided into 4 parts. Circle can be divided into 4 parts. R is there. R is the radius. R is the radius. This also. This also. This is the A point. This will be the B point. This will be the C point. In this case, how to take? The particle travels from A to C. Shall I draw here? This is A point. What about this? C point. This is center O. R. How it goes? From A to C. Right? Are you following me? See here, in this case, what is the distance for half circle? Half. Total distance is 2 phi per circle by 2. By 2. Total is 2 phi r for one circle. Half circle means 2 phi r by 2. Get cancel. Then what is the distance here? Distance equal to how much? Phi r. Distance equal to phi r for half circle. But what is the displacement here? This is the initial position. This is the final position. From this point to this point. R and R. Right? R and R how much? This becomes 2R. This becomes 0. Final position is 2R, initial position is 0. How final position between 2R? R plus R, 2R. Right? Here what is the displacement? Displacement equal to final position minus initial position. Final position is 2R, initial position is 0. S is equal to how much? 2R. Right? Displacement is 2R. I mean, for different examples, you can calculate the distance and displacement. But remember, the displacement may be equal to distance or less than the distance. May be equal to distance or less than the distance. You observe in this case. In this case, displacement is 7 meter. Distance is 7 meter. What about displacement? Displacement is 5 meter. In this case, displacement is less than distance. But in this case, look at me in this case. In this case, distance and displacement both are the equal. Distance and displacement both are the equal. From this, what you got? You got that point. Always the distance greater than or equal to displacement. Greater than or equal to displacement. And what you got here? In previously I explained, displacement may be positive, displacement may be negative, displacement may be 0. Right? remember one more point is that displacement has both a magnitude and particular direction. Magnitude and particular direction. That's what displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. How the vector quantity? From A to C, it is a particular direction. From A to C, it is a particular direction. This also has a particular direction. This also has a particular direction. In this case, displacement has a particular direction. I mean, any physical quantity has both magnitude and direction. That physical quantity we are calling displacement. Hence, we can call displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement, what you can call? It is a vector quantity. Right. Students, regarding the displacement, we'll see in the next class again. Thank you.